When setting our goals, we can't just aim big and say, I want to sell 150 units this quarter. But we also can't aim too small and say, I want to make 40 calls today, expecting to hit our ultimate goal by pure chance. When you're hiking, if you look too far ahead, you're not looking where you're going. And if you only look at the floor, then you'll blindly wander somewhere that is unlikely to be your target location. So, we need to combine them to complete our journey successfully. We need to look at the horizon and a map to plan where we're going, and that's your long-term goal. We need to then plan the route, looking at each daily checkpoint, that's your medium-term goal. And then we need to make sure we're walking in the right direction and staying away from danger, and that's your short-term goal. So, when planning how to get out of our sales slump, we need to do the same. Sell 150 units a quarter, that's our long-term goal. Then we need to work out how we do that. So let's break it down a little. We need to sell an average of 50 a month. That's a medium-term goal. And in order to do that, we need to have, on average, 10 meetings this month. As in this example, we usually sell about 5 per meeting. That's another medium-term goal. So let's keep breaking it down further. How do we get 10 meetings in a month? Well, on average, we need to make about 20 calls to book a meeting, so that's 200 calls that are needed. That means that we could, in theory, book all 10 meetings if we did 40 calls a day for a week. And that's a short-term goal, 40 calls today. And then again, and the next day, and so on until we've booked our 10. Then, just like we do when we're hiking, we keep reassessing. Might it rain soon? Is our route blocked by a swamp? Do we have enough food? Are we on schedule? So, with your plan, don't just set the goal and then turn into a mindless robot. Keep reassessing. In this example, let's say you've done your 40 a day, but you've only booked 6 meetings. That's fine, but we just need to find time around those newly booked meetings to keep calling and then find our 10. We set that medium-term goal for a reason. And then when we're doing those meetings, are we closing at the correct rate? If not, then we need to keep calling and booking more meetings to make up the gap. So, take some time to sit down and consider this, or better yet, book a weekly block in your calendar so you have time to yourself or with your manager to assess your goals and decide what you're doing that week.